Hey everyone, my name is Paul Dietrich, and today I'm going to show you how you can translate your Google Meets captions text from English to Spanish to essentially any other language that you'd like, and have it do so in real time as you're speaking your native language. So let's dive right into it. Okay, so now that we're actually in the meeting, the way that we turn on captions is on the bottom right, you'll see a button that says turn on captions. So I just click on that, and it takes a little second, but you'll start noticing that there's text now at the bottom of the screen. Another way to turn on captions is this. If you click on more options on the side, the three little dots, there is a turn on captions button here as well. But the point is that we want to make sure that the text, the captions are actually showing. Now here's actually the way that we translate in real time the English that's on the bottom, the English captions into, for example, Spanish. Before we do that, I'm going to have you take a note of what's on the address bar up here. Right now, I only have like these two little icons. There's going to be a third icon popping up, and I'm going to address that in a second. So if I just right-click anywhere on the screen, I'm going to click Translate to English. So I'm going to click on that, and if you notice now, there's a third icon in the address bar. It's the Google Translate button. So it's like one of those things where if you accidentally just click out, I noticed this myself. If I right-click, Translate to English is like grayed out now. I can't click on it. So I just have to kind of remember, oh, here's this third icon on the top. I can just click on that and it'll get me back to where I need to be. But what I can do is click on the three little dots here and click on choose another language. So I'm going to, from the drop down menu, I'm going to go down to Spanish. Click on that, hit translate. And if you notice now, the captions are all in Spanish. And even as I'm speaking, it's translating in real time my English statements, or what I'm speaking English, into Spanish. But here's something to note too. So Google Meet is a web-based video conferencing software. It's a website. So one thing that you'll just have to keep in mind is that Google Translate translates the entire website. So if you notice on the bottom right now, your settings are also in Spanish. You just kind of have to keep that in mind. So if I click on the more options, everything else is in Spanish because we just translated the website into Spanish. The way we go back to English is go back to that icon on the top, click on the three little dots, and choose another language, and we can just go back to English. Hit translate, and now everything is back to English. Okay, there's actually one more thing we got to keep in mind. It's kind of a big deal, and it is this. Okay, everyone, so here's what I've noticed. So I have two screens here. This is the teacher screen. Here's the student screen, okay? So teacher, student, we got it. So here's what I noticed. When I go in and I click on captions, you have to give it a little second here. It does take, okay, there it goes. So it works on my screen. I see the captions on my screen, but check this out. Look at the student screen. There's captions on my screen, but the student doesn't see any kind of captions. So that's because they need to turn on captions too. So when they turn on captions, okay, so student has captions on now. So now if you look, now captions are on both screens. But here's the other part. If on the teacher screen, I do that process where I go in and, okay, that's grayed out, so I got to go up here to the button. I click on the button, change to another language, change this to Spanish, and let's see, where is it here? There we go, Spanish, translate. So if you notice on mine, hey, perfect, my captions are in Spanish, but if I go to the student, wait a second, it's still in English. So what's nice about this for the teacher screen is kind of like if you're doing a tutorial and you're recording your own screen, this is great for that. But the reason why the student doesn't see Spanish is because for this particular machine, this student's Chrome web browser is set for English. So what they need to do is kind of the same thing that you did. They still need to go up to a little icon and select another language, and they click on Spanish. When they do that, now they'll see Spanish. So it's kind of like the tutorial that we saw for the teacher to do. That's actually really for the student to do. They need to do that so that they can have captions in Spanish or whatever language that they would like. So that's pretty awesome, right? Now, here's actually something really cool to keep in mind too. I actually tried this where my settings, my captions were in English, and I had somebody speaking to me in Spanish. And when they spoke to me in Spanish, I was actually able to read what they said in English. So it actually works both ways. So it's awesome, it's great. It's like live real-time translation that we can read. So I hope this was beneficial to you and that it benefits both you and your students. Thanks.